Most small businesses treat every customer as if they were the same person. The same email goes to the buyer who signed up this morning and the one who quietly cancelled a year ago. The same offer to the loyal regular and the tire kicker who never came back. That is easy, and it is a slow leak because those people need completely different things from you. Customer segmentation is the simple habit of splitting your customers into a few meaningful groups so you can treat each group in the way it actually deserves. Today, I want to explain what it is, which segments are worth building, and how to avoid slicing your list so thin it stops meaning anything. I run my own small businesses, and I sort my own customers into groups every month. I am not an academic, and I am not selling you a growth secret. I am the person who sits down with a spreadsheet, looks at who is new, who is active, who is sleeping, and who is already gone, and decides where my limited hours go this week.
So this is the plain version, the way I would explain it to a friend starting out. And I will be honest about where segmentation helps and where people take it too far, because a tidy set of groups you never act on is just decoration. What segmentation actually is, customer segmentation is just grouping your customers by something that changes how you should treat them.
That is the whole idea. Instead of one giant undifferentiated list, you have a handful of buckets, and each bucket shares a trait that matters for a decision you actually make. It could be where they are in their life with your product, which plan they pay for, or how much they are worth to you. The point is never to build a pretty chart. It is that once a customer sits in a group, you know what to do for them without deciding one person at a time. Why one message for everyone fails. Here is why treating everyone the same quietly costs you. A message built for a brand new customer, explaining the basics and nudging them toward their first win, is wasted on a veteran who has used you for 2 years. An offer designed to win back someone who quit insults the loyal customer who never considered leaving. When you write for everybody, you really write for nobody, and the people who most needed a specific nudge get a generic one instead. Segmentation fixes that by letting you say the right thing to a smaller, more similar group, which is both kinder to them and more effective for you. You already have the data. The encouraging part is that you already hold everything you need. You do not need a data team or expensive software. Your payment records know who pays you and how much. Your sign-up dates know who is new, and your usage logs, even a rough version, know who is active and who has gone quiet. Most useful segmentation is built from facts you already record, which is why a solo operator can do it in an afternoon with a spreadsheet rather than a project that eats a quarter. You start with life cycle. If you only ever build one kind of segment, make it life cycle, which just means where each customer sits in their journey with you. I split mine into 4 plain groups: new, active, at risk, and churned. New is someone who just arrived and has not formed a habit yet. Active is a customer using you regularly and paying happily. At risk is someone whose usage or engagement is quietly falling. Churned is someone who has already left. Almost every decision about who to email, who to call, and who to leave alone falls neatly out of those 4 buckets. New customers, take new customers first because they are the most fragile and the most winnable. Someone who just signed up has not felt your product work for them yet, and the early days decide whether they stick. So the job for this group is simple and urgent. Get them to a first real win as fast as you can. That might be a short welcome sequence, a nudge toward the one feature that makes things click, or a note asking what they are trying to do. Effort spent here pays back more than anywhere else, because you are stopping a leak before it starts. Active customers. Active customers are the ones quietly funding everything, and the mistake is to ignore them because nothing is on fire. They do not need rescuing, but they do deserve attention, because today's happy regular becomes tomorrow's at-risk customer if you take them for granted. For this group, I keep it light. The occasional genuine thank you or early access to something new. You are not selling them harder. You are keeping their relationship warm so they never start drifting in the first place. Customers at risk. Customers at risk are where a little attention pays back the most, because these are people you have already won and are about to lose. The signal is usually a fall in how much they use you. A login that used to happen daily now happening rarely. A regular order that has quietly stopped. The action is human. Reach out while they are still around, ask if something is wrong, and see if you can fix it before they cancel. Catching someone while they are only lightly disengaged is far easier and cheaper than winning them back once they are fully gone. Churned customers. Churned customers, the ones who already left, are a real group but a lower priority and it helps to be honest about that. Some of them left for reasons you can fix, and a thoughtful note months later can bring a few of them home. But many left for good reasons of their own, and pouring effort into chasing everyone who ever cancelled is a poor use of scarce hours. I keep this group mostly for learning, because reading why people left teaches me more about the product than almost anything, even when the person is never coming back. Segment by plan. LifeCo is the backbone, but two other cuts earn their place. The first is segmenting by plan, or by how much a customer pays. The person on your cheapest tier and the person on your most expensive one are having different experiences and carry different expectations, and lumping them together hides that. Your higher paying customers usually warrant faster answers and more direct access, because losing one of them hurts more. This is not about treating people as more or less worthy. It is about matching your level of care to what is at stake when someone leaves. Segment by value. The second extra cut is by value, which is close to plan but not identical, because what someone pays and what they are actually worth can differ. A customer on a modest plan who has stayed loyally for 3 years and refers their friends may be worth more than a big spender who churns in 2 months. If you can, look at value over the whole relationship rather than a single month of payment. It stops you from fawning over a large but flighty account while neglecting the steady, quietly profitable customers who are the real backbone of a small business. Do not stack every cut at once. Now the warning, because this is where people go wrong. It is tempting, once segmenting feels good, to combine every dimension at once. New, high-value customers on the middle plan who signed up on a weekend. Each split feels clever, but every split you add shrinks the group it produces. Stack enough of them and you end up with segments of 3 people, and a group of 3 tells you nothing reliable, swings on one person's behavior, and is never worth a tailored campaign. The very math that made segmentation useful turns against you. Groups too small to mean anything. This is the trap I want you to remember, above all else. Over-segmenting into groups too small to mean anything. A segment has to be big enough that a pattern inside it is real and not just noise, and big enough that acting on it is worth your time. If a group is so small, you could simply email those people one by one, then skip the segment and email them one by one. Segments earn their keep when they let you treat many similar people consistently. Once a group shrinks to a handful, you have left the zone where segmentation helps and wandered into busy work dressed up as strategy. Match your effort to the segment. The whole point of all this is doing something different for each group. And for a solo operator, the real prize is deciding where your hours go. New customers get your best onboarding effort. Active customers get light, genuine touches. Customers at risk get a personal reach out while there is still time. Churned customers get a quick, honest exit question, and then your piece. Segmentation is really a way of pointing your scarcest resource, your attention, at the customers where it changes the most. Keep your definition steady. One practical habit keeps this from getting messy. Define each segment clearly and hold the definition still. Decide what at risk actually means. Maybe no meaningful use in 30 days, and keep that line. Because if you redraw the boundary every month, you can never tell whether a group is growing or shrinking. Write the rule down. Part of a segment's value comes from watching it change over time, and you only see that honestly when the definition underneath stays fixed long enough to compare one month against the next. What segmentation cannot tell you, and here is the honest limit. A segment is a label, not a full account of a person. It tells you roughly what to do, not why a particular customer behaves the way they do, and it will always miss the individual who does not fit the box. A brand new customer might turn into your best account, and your groups would not know it yet. So treat segments as a way to spend your attention wisely across many people, never as a verdict on any one of them. When a specific customer really matters, look at the person, not just their bucket. Refresh it and watch the movement. Segments are also a snapshot, and your customers move between them constantly. An active customer slides toward at risk when their usage falls. A new customer becomes active once the habit sets. Someone at risk can come all the way back after one good conversation. So this is not a thing you build once and frame on the wall. Rerun it monthly or at least each quarter and watch who is moving which way, because the movement is often more useful than the snapshot itself. A customer sliding out of your active group is a story worth catching early. If this made segmentation feel less like a corporate exercise and more like something you can actually do this week with a spreadsheet, that is exactly what I am going for. Every explainer lives in writing at dataresearchanalysiscollection.com, the whole library in plain English, so you can read it again with your own customer list in front of you. Or pick up the next metric when you are ready. No hype, no promises about your results, just the ideas explained clearly so you can make your own call. So to recap, customer segmentation is grouping your customers, so you can treat each group the way it deserves, instead of blasting everyone the same message. Start with life cycle, new, active, at risk, and churn, because almost every decision falls out of those four. Add plan and value when they help you decide who to serve first. Match your effort to each segment, spend your best hours on new and at-risk customers, and keep every definition steady so you can watch people move between groups. And above all, resist the urge to slice your list into groups too small to mean anything. Next time, I want to unpack marketing attribution and the hard question of which channel actually earned the sale. I will see you in the next one.